All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. It is finally the weekend. Good morning, Dana. Thank you for turning on the lights this morning. Rune, good morning, G Keyman. Let's see, Dawn's made it back just in time. Dave Addion, good morning. Bear's back, good morning. Pocket Women, good day to you. Let's see, who else do we have here? Starting up the heating system room. Wow. We've got plenty of heat here. You're more than welcome to it if you want. It was pretty hot yesterday, and it's already pretty hot today. It's nice and cool in here though, because I forgot and left my air conditioning running all week. Not looking forward to seeing that power bill. Brian Field, good morning. Dana. You know, one thing about actually working for a living now is that I've lost some weight. So, yeah. That's definitely a benefit. Let's see. Miko Wolf, good morning. Can I talk at 1.75? Well, you know, I could talk that fast, but then people wouldn't be able to understand me, and I wouldn't really sound like myself. So, you know, and then the video wouldn't last a whole hour, and we'd be done way too early and not really get into all the detail like we normally do. Besides, I just can't keep it up. Alpha Centauri, Guten Tag. Let's see. So, yeah, today was actually a pretty good week today, or this week. Did a lot of jobs. I'm starting to go out on jobs on my own now, which is kind of cool and kind of scary sometimes. And you know, some jobs will go just like that. You know, rekey for 3 or 4 locks can just go by in 30 minutes. Other rekeys can take an hour and a half sometimes. But, you know, it is what it is. Everything's different. So, you know, no two jobs are exactly the same. And I like that. I really do. You know, sometimes there's a hurry up and wait for customers. Sometimes you get there and you expect to be done in 30 minutes, and an hour and a half later you're halfway through it. So, but it's good. Let's see. Good morning, Anthony. Starry Lock, good morning. Do locksmiths not eat as many donuts as cops? You know, Rune, I actually, you know, since I was a supervisor working police, I actually had a stupid rule. And every supervisor's allowed one stupid rule. And my stupid rule was that if I caught you with donuts in uniform, you had to do at least 2 hours of foot patrol at some point during the week. You know, during your shift rotation, you had to do at least 2 hours of foot patrol. And I would literally have you meet me somewhere, have you get out of your car and take the keys and pretty much go with you for 2 hours to make sure that you did actually walk. So that was my stupid rule about donuts. Good morning, Jason. James Randolph, good morning as well. Let's see. Nice Schlag t-shirt. Thank you, Rune. I got to meet the Schlag rep. And this is actually a really comfortable t-shirt. Fits really well, too. Let's see. It's okay to talk normally since you have a real job. Yeah, Dons. Thank you. Let's see, who else is here? Yeah, pocket women. The thing is that my folks, they just learned how to hide their donuts. At least that's what I found out later. But yeah, so we've got a few things to do today, and I've decided that since Jason's thing is locks that we lost this week, I'm gonna do Tales of the Trash, and this guy right here is one that got thrown out. I don't have the back part to it. This is the Schlage BE365. It was one of their first generation electronic deadbolts, and you can see there's something funky going on there. I'm going to tell you how to make that work if nothing else is working on here. And I don't have a key, so we're going to have to pick it. But anyway, we'll get to that. And then also the other day on Twitter, Lousy Lockpicker was lamenting about not being able to get one of these guys open. Master Lockout Tagout Lock. So we're going to go over some tips to help him out. Let's see, who else is here? Let's look. No asking where they would hide them. Nope. No, I didn't want to know. Good morning, Gumby. Anthony, you see the electronic deadbolts around? Yeah, I had to install one yesterday, and they can be kind of tricky if your bore holes are not lined up exactly or even kind of walled out. The tricky part is to get the through bolts all the way through and to make connection, because you see right there, and we'll take a closer look at it. That's where your through bolts go. These two holes right here, and to get that through the back plate, the back unit, and then through the actual bolt itself and into those, it was being tricky for me yesterday. But got it worked out. Basically, a lot of locksmithing I've found is you basically F with something until you get it to work. That's about the gist of it. Just mess with it until you can get it to work and keep it working, and you test it like 11 times before you tell the customer, hey, we're ready. And there are a lot of tricks that I have not learned yet. And I was joking with my boss the other day, actually. I said to him, one day I will learn your secrets. That day is not today, but one day I will learn. And he seemed to like that. Let's see here. Rocking the brand, yeah. Yeah, I'm rocking the brand. It's free, Let's see. Jason, disclaimers about what? What do we need disclaimers about? Good morning, Ronald. Let's see. Butcher's Block, good morning. All right, so let's get the camera turned around. We can start to take a look at these locks here, so bear with me for a second. Don't pay attention to the mess It's on the bench. I think that'll work. All right, there we go. Schlag shell. Hey, Dons, you can't pass up a t-shirt. You know, when it's free, can't pass it up. All right, so this Schlage electronic deadbolt, the way, you know, this is normal. This is not broken here. Of course, obviously there would be a drive section on the back. And you can see that no matter how I turn this, the tailpiece does not turn. So we're going to pick this thing. And let's see. Let me get some light. There we go. Well, we're going to try to pick this thing because you can see, first of all, you put a tensioner in it and you can spin the whole thing right around. Just like that song. So you want to hold this and then tension. I've already lubed this up with some Houdini, and it feels like there's some spool pins in here. Let's see if we can get this open. If not, we'll take the cylinder out. But we'll try to get this open. These can only fit 5-pin cylinders. They're a normal lever cylinder, but they can only fit 5-pin. There's not enough room for 6-pin cylinders in here. And I'll show you all that here in just a minute. But I don't have any keys to this. We're in a false set now. Okay. Gonna strategically place product boxes around the shop now. There you go. Get the drill out. You know, butcher's block. Yeah. The rotary pick can become a friend doing this. Now imagine trying to do this with this lock mounted on a door and it's 90 degrees Fahrenheit outside, about 500% humidity. Yeah. That's not gonna work. And what I may do is we may swap out for a different cylinder if I can't get this picked, just in the interest of time. Oh, so that's why I can't pick it, huh, Jason? Not Jason from Mississippi. Now I'm turning red, you know. And no, thought I felt somebody breathing down my neck. All right, so no, you can't pick a lock, but not when I'm being watched. But I am going to disassemble this. That way you can see kind of how this thing is put together. I'm using a really good brand to, driver. Yep. Makes quick work of it. All right, so move all these out of here. All right, and that's your electronics in here. One day I might cut these wires a little bit just to see if I can hot wire it, just to show. So I'm going to leave that intact. Then this front part just lifts out right here, and that contains our cylinder. We just pull that out, and you can see I did indeed Houdini'd the shit out of it, really. But you've got this cool little actuator back here, and the electronics make it so that it'll drop down. So basically you have to turn the cylinder, turn the plug, which turns the tailpiece, and it drops down like that, and then allows you to lock and unlock. That's how that works for the manual cylinder. So let me see if I've got a there we go. All right. Let's take this off of here. Jason, yeah, I saved it from the trash. You'll have to ask your other employee about that. All I know is I went dumpster diving. So we'll pull this off of here. And then put it on here. That way I can show you guys how this thing works, and so you don't think that you have a broken lock if you get one of these. Let's see. Let's see. Paid dearly. Okay, yeah, the folks with the wrench are my wonderful moderators. So you've got Jason, Rune, Pocket Women. Night Owl's not here today. Guess it's too early for him. Either that or he's having internet issues. We'll put all this on here. Slide that there. Slide that back down in there. Slide that there. And then if you're trying to put it back together and it doesn't want to sit right, just you can just kind of turn your knob on the front. Turn that way. There we go. So it's all nice and flush. Put a couple of these back in, and then I can show you how that cylinder works. I did not strip the screws. The one of you watching knows what I mean by that. Okay, so so you have your cylinder in there, and you know, you put it in there, and when you turn the key it sinks in, and that allows you to activate the actuator, but it's got to stay sunk in there to engage, like so. And then when you're done, you simply pull the key around to the pull out, and there you go. So yeah, it's a pretty cool lock. You know, it's pretty beefy on the outside, so you're not going to really be able to, you know, hammer it off or wrench it off or anything. Besides, this doesn't connect to anything until that actuator drops in on the inside. So pretty cool lock, actually. All right, so let's go and look at the Masterlock LOTO locks. After I look at the comments, let's see. Nipex, yeah, Nipex, definitely. I like Nipex. Let's see. Yep, we dumpster dive. Nah, Don's, it's actually legal to dumpster dive. If somebody discards something in a way seemingly that they do not want it anymore, then yeah, it's fair game. So you put your trash out on the city block, and anybody can come by and dig in there. Yeah, bear's back, you gotta hold your tongue right. Yeah, Jason, you got yours because you help out. Let's see. Who keeps the mods in line? I keep the mods in line. Yep, and occasionally time each other out. Sweet. Yeah, Dana, you need better Wi-Fi. Maybe a new router or something. All right, so the master lockout tagout locks. If you don't know, these are just for making sure somebody doesn't turn on the switch while somebody else is inside the machine working on it. You know, if you've got an industrial meat grinder and it's my job to crawl down in there to, you know, lubricate it or clean it or whatever, I don't want you turning the damn thing on when I'm in there. So I'm going to put one of these around the switch when it's off. I'm going to lock it up, put the key in my pocket, and then if somebody were to try to throw the switch to turn it on with me in there, then they wouldn't be able to. This would prevent it from moving. And then whenever I was done, it was ready to go back, you go, you unlock it, take the lock with you, and go on. This is not meant to secure any property. This is just meant to keep somebody from killing somebody else accidentally. But the cool thing about these, even though they are Masterlock, and Masterlock picks fairly easily, I mean, we all know how fast one of these guys picks. You know, you put your tools in there, and you go through a couple times and hit it, and it's open. You know, that's that's how quick Masterlock picks. We all make fun of it. They do not pick that quickly when you're being paid to pick them. I will put that out there. If you are being paid to pick those locks, they do not pick that quickly. That's like a Murphy's Law or something. Let's see. So the thing is here, even though these are made by Master, they actually put the American Lock security pins in there. So you've got serrated and spools and everything else. So my tip for picking these is pretty much the same as picking the American 1100 series. Only I like bottom of the keyway tension for these because you notice the keyway is pretty wild there. That's one of the keyways. There's another keyway. You can see how it is almost like a reverse Yale style keyway. Let's see, that one's about the same. I think all these other ones are the same. But with these, if you can get a wide enough tensioner in the bottom to where it doesn't bind up on, the housing or the shell of the lock cylinder, then it gives you a lot more room for your pick up top. And then I just go in, kind of search for whatever binds up first, and I just touch something and went into a false set. And then I kind of pull back and search for the next one. I don't go in order like Lockpicking Lawyer does. Maybe if I did, I would be a little bit better at picking. But this is what works for me. And you just feel for the spools. And these are kind of, this one's kind of tricky to get like that. When you pick these, never rotate more than 90 degrees. Because if you rotate more than 90 degrees, you're going to dump all of the pins. All of the bottom pins are going to dump out because there are rekeying holes in the bottom of the cylinder. And then all of your top pins are going to shoot down into the plug. And you're just going to wind up with a baby rattle because there is no way to take these apart other than hit it with a hammer or a Dremel tool or bolt cutters. Like Jason just said, yeah, if I'm being paid to remove one of these, it's going to be the bolt cutters. I'm not going to pick it. But these are great for learning how to pick, the smaller serrated and spool pins. They really are great. Let's try a different one. And, the key is making sure that you've got tension on it that you can control, because sometimes you do have to rotate it back. Yeah, Ronald, a good hammer. Yep, that's how you open this thing. But yeah, pocket women, light tension, because these, unlike the 1100 series, like these do not have any spring tension on the core. So you're not fighting against that. And you need to have some very light tension, but I like a little firmer tension until I get maybe the first pin or two set. And we'll just go in and also use a shorter hook. That way you don't accidentally overset anything while you're in there. And I've not had these locks open in a while. I did lube them down before I got the video started today. All right, Jason. We'll see you later. I'll stop by for a little bit. Bought a new vacuum cleaner today, so I'm going to have to re-vacuum my house. And there we go. Basically, just get in there, feel for the pins, use light to medium tension, and then just kind of bump around. And when you get feedback, you go on it. Just kind of go till it feels like it sets. I know that's a lot like Bob Ross saying we're just going to put a happy little cloud over here. And, he makes it sound so simple. And yet, whenever I try to paint like that, it looks like a 3-year-old did it. So I apologize if that is deceptively simple. But with these, the cuts are so close together, like in depth. I mean, this one, it's got a couple high cuts here. But just by putting your pick in, you're going to get these first 2 pins set just with the thickness of your pick. So, I mean, kind of keep that in mind too, especially if you don't have the key to compare it to. And a lot of times, I think the standard pins or the serrated pins are going to be towards the back. And then your shallower cuts are going to have the spools in them. At least that's the way I would do it. But yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. And it just takes a minute. Just got to feel your way through it, vary the tension, and see what happens. All right, now I put this cheap cylinder in here. Let's see if we can pick it. Maybe I'm not being watched anymore. Let's see. Don's, all you need is a good 1 pound hammer. In fact, you know what? I don't have a good way to set up the camera, though. If I had a good way to set up my camera, I would say we could actually bust one of these, but I don't have my tripod mount. Still can't find it. I need to get one. But I'm broke again. Let's see. Yeah. Set that aside again. Butcher's Block. I don't know if this is actually a gun lock or not. This is one Starry Lock sent to me. So, and also the other thing with these, most of them are key retaining. So if you've got it open, you're not going to be able to turn your key back to pull it out. That's a safety feature. That's actually an OSHA, and either OSHA or ANSI or both safety requirement for these is that it's key retaining. So you can't just leave it unlocked and pull the key out. You have to be able to keep the key with the lock until it is locked and secured. And then you keep the key with you. But yeah, I'm not sure if this is a gun lock or not. But pull the key out here. And you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pins in there. 8 pins. But it's got a nice wide open keyway there. So we'll just put our tensioner again in the bottom. And again, use a short hook. And just go in and feel for anything that gives us feedback. I'm using light to moderate tension. And you guys know that I vary the tension when I pick. Sometimes when I'm being paid to pick, the tension is much, much greater, but not the tension on the lock, the tension in the room, or wherever I am picking. Locks do not pick easily when you're being paid to pick them. think that should be a sticker. All right. Okay, there we go. Right, this thing is chock full of spools. Almost everything is giving me counter rotation on it, but you don't have to lift it up that much. And this is the Avis 7640 with a cable shackle. Right, whenever you overset something, just ease off your tension just a bit and let it drop back down. I know one technique is to kind of rake back across them. I don't do that. I just ease off the tension until I hear or feel something drop back. All right. Oh, there we go. We got it open. And again, this is key retaining, so it's not going to lock back until I put the cable back in here. But yeah, this is a pretty fun little pick. I've enjoyed it. So yeah. Let's see. Just looking at the chat. Let's see. Happy trees. Yes, happy trees. Makes it sound so simple. Let's see. Yeah, I always like picking Avis. I mean, you guys know that. Yeah, you could cut the tension with a tension wrench, Anthony. Yeah, Gumby. I don't know what a lick is. Well, actually, I'm not going to discuss that. I've never seen a model number on a lick. There we go. Yeah, Rune is correct there. The number of pins and the keyway, which is almost kind of like the Avis stylized keyway, the 888, but not quite. Maybe like a reverse of that almost. There you can see the edge profile there. And again, when they make these, they're not really concerned about how wide open that keyway is, because you can see, it's pretty wide. You can see straight down there. What they're concerned about is key control. They want to make sure that you can't just go and get any old key blank to put in there and make a copy off of this, because if this is my safety, and somebody else says, oh, I've got a key that goes to that lock, I don't know why it's locked on here, I didn't know anybody was working on it. You don't want them to be able to do that. You want it to be where they come up, like this one that we picked has a different key section or keyway than this one. So you don't want somebody to come up and be like, and just shove their key in there. No, this is different, so you're not going to be able to put it in there. So that way they don't accidentally turn on the meat grinder while you're inside. Let's see. Okay, thank you, Pocket Women, for putting that link in there. James, you're very lucky to get Australian locks. Australian locks are very cool. Let's see. Yeah, Butcher's Block. This one does kind of look like a reverse 888, but I'm not positive about that. So I'm not sure. Maybe I can do some research on that and find out. Yeah, the Lotto logs, most standards for the safety lockout locks are that, the keyways are restricted. So, just like I was just talking about, that way somebody can't just come up and randomly put a key in your safety lockout. All right, James. Yeah. If you're picking one of these or picking some Australian, if you're picking Australian locks, the spools will be nightmares. Kurt, I've never been inside an industrial meat grinder either, but yeah. I if I had to, I would want it to be locked out to where nobody could turn it on. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, I'm kind of mad now that I can't get this thing picked. And of course, this is a completely different cylinder. It's picking it while it's in this lock. And no, I have no clue what this thing's keyed to. Well, I guess I do because I've got the keys right over there. Let's see. Under pressure. Yeah. I like that song, Ronald, but I hate being under pressure. Alright. This one definitely has spools in it too. And see, that's not fair to have a lock that'll spin around on you like that. All right, time for the rotary pick on that. Anyway, put this back together before it becomes permanently lost. I might shim it open and rekey it. Or more likely, I'll throw it in the drawer over there and forget about it till I need one. I wish I had a 9-volt battery. Yeah, there you guys can see again how far that key sinks in there to be able to move that actuator. If I had a 9-volt battery, I would test the just applying power to it. I might burn it out, but it is trash, so anyway. All right, let's see. Let me get the camera repositioned. That didn't work. Hang on a second. There we go. All right. So gotta get the branding going. See, Paga Women. What was the Favorite thing that happened at work this week. 5 p.m. Friday. Nah. Actually, I think the cool thing was coolest thing has been having some jobs that I go out on my own and being able to do that, and not have anything like come up that really shook me. Just something that, you get there, okay, you've got to rekey 2 locks and they don't have any keys to either one of them. And you get there and you think, okay, great. It's a cheap Walmart brand deadbolt and knob. Pick them both fairly easily. Get them off the door. Go rekey them. Come back. Put them on there, and you're done in less than 30 minutes. That was an awesome job. But really, just learning more and more as I, go on. That's the really fun part. Is finding stuff that I've not seen before or doing things that I've not seen before, and kind of learning the shortcuts of the trade. That's really cool. There's a lot of stuff that I've learned that I can't share on camera, but that's pretty cool what I have learned. And having jobs where I'm completely comfortable in what's going on and I know how to handle it. And the more that I do, the more, I get comfortable. And it's just like with any job. But yeah, anything, anything where it's like that, I can, grow and learn more. That's pretty fun. I like it. Let's see. Let's look at the chat here. Yeah, the spinning deadbolts are difficult. Yeah, James, you answered. Friday. Yesterday was pretty good. Had one job. And then cleaned up in the shop the rest of the day. And it was hot yesterday. It was so hot. I'm glad I didn't have to go back out in it. Let's see. You need to pick Australian locks upside down. And you pick them up here on this half of it. Yes. And I'll tell you guys, I was looking on Southward's. Southward posted something on Instagram the other day, one of their clear practice locks, and I made a comment on there. I said, one thing I've learned is if you want to turn any lock into a challenge, just turn it sideways. In a lot of places in Europe, they're picked like this. Here in the States, we pick them like this. Turn them like that and pick them. If you have just a regular cylinder that you can pick through that is one of your comfort locks, I guess you can say, turn it sideways and pick it sideways. And that will really help you realize that, it's not always as easy as what you think it might be sitting here at the bench. Let's see. Confidence builders. Yeah. Bears back? Actually, no. I mean, that happens a lot. You spend 5 or 10 minutes picking on a lock, and then you go to something else because you have other jobs the rest of the day, and you might do something like if the latch isn't installed properly, you might be able to reach in there and slide the latch. You might be able to pry the door, because even if you're able to pick the lock, that's not always what's causing the lockout. So you might have to just use some brute force to get in there. It's just a number of different things. But yeah, Anthony, I've learned. More importantly, I've learned where not to drill. Learned where not to drill. See, brother-in-law installed his lock Euro style. Doubt it was on purpose. I make sure, like, whenever I'm doing rekeys, I make sure that the cylinder goes in pin side up. That's how we do it here in the U.S. Cylinders go in pin side up, and so if you find one that's pin side down, you rekey it, you take it back in there, and you put it in pin side up. It's the way it's supposed to go. Butcher's block, like all the levers, like any commercial levers or any lever cylinders, lever locks. The locks on my house are levers, so you're gonna have to pick sideways to be able to get those open. Glad that wasn't on my foot. I'm wearing flip flops today. So yeah, you definitely pick it sideways. It's a totally different challenge. Sometimes it goes easy, sometimes it doesn't. Then when you've got it picked sideways, stand up and pick it. Don't raise it up to here where it's comfortable. Keep it down here where it's uncomfortable. And you learn really quickly why a lot of criminals don't bother with trying to pick the lock to get into someplace. Let's see. Hey, pocket women, that's good. That's awesome. And even if I have to pay for them, if you ever stop by the shop I work at, you will get some free locks. Definitely. Just call me before you get there. But yeah, really, that's awesome to get some stuff like that. Rune, yeah, I probably wouldn't get paid if I told a customer that the lock on their front door was being naughty. Yeah, nah. Let's see. Springs should last longer with pin side up. I guess they could last longer. I'm not sure. I mean, it would depend on what kind of springs that you have too. If you have steel springs, they might last longer pin side down. I mean, because your pins don't really weigh that much. The only thing that the springs are really there for is to keep pressure on those pins. Now, definitely with a profile cylinder, these are mounted pin side down. As even here in the U.S., when you have a lock that has a profile cylinder, it's mounted pin side down. And if you're missing or you have a spring that breaks in there or just corrodes shut or whatever, then your pin will actually drop straight down into the lock and cause it to not work. So you want to make sure that you've got good corrosion resistant springs. see. Do you wear steel cap boots at work? I do not. I've not worn steel toe boots in years. They're heavy. They're uncomfortable. Not really trying to drop anything. I mean, I guess if it happens, it would be bad. But, here lately with it being so hot, I've been wearing shorts at work, and you can't really wear 8-inch tactical boots with shorts and maintain a level of professionalism, I guess you could say. I definitely do not wear flip-flops at work. Let's see. Perfect answer for a politician. Maybe that runs in my family. Bears back. Butcher's block. That's unfortunate. Ronald, the compression is the same up and down, side to side. I think the intent of that question was how long will it last, or how well will it hold up? And my answer is more, when it does fail, how catastrophic will it be? Because if you got pin side up, your key can still lift the pin to the shear line. When it's pin side down and you have a spring that collapses, then you're not going to be able to work the key in there. So that would definitely be a downside to having pin side down. Yeah. Let's see. That's awesome, Butcher's block. I have to look into that, Ren. Next time I'm looking for like tennis shoes or something. Socks with sandals. Yeah. I mean, I had steel-toed boots for a long time, but I just quit wearing them after a while. I think it was a cost issue, really. But anyway. All right, folks. Well, we've been going on for about an hour now, so we're going to go ahead and wind it up. That way we can have a break between now and when Jason goes live in an hour. I'm sure Gumby's already had the chocolate croissants and coffee. We're all going to Gumby's house to pick that up before coming back home to watch Jason. So Gumby, be ready. We're all going to park in your driveway as soon as we get there. Well, thank you, Bearsback. Just trying to help out. Lousy Lockpicker couldn't get him, had difficulty with him. Just vary the tension, and most importantly, just use a short hook. That's the best way I've found. Pocket women there. Now, okay, I don't wear sandals or flip-flops outside of the house, but if I'm wearing socks inside and I'm stepping outside for just a moment or something, I will keep my socks on, put my flip-flops on too. Yeah, I got the funny little pigeon toes and everything, but yeah. Anyway. Alrighty, folks. Well, it is a little after 11, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Everybody, I appreciate you joining in. As always, thank you for all the comments. We'll see what we can get for next week. Thinking, I don't know if I'll do a live or no, I'll do a live next week. If y'all would send me some suggestions of some other people that you'd like to come on live with me, and we'll try to work it out. Heck, if you want to come on live with me, send me a message, email or Twitter or text message if you have my number, something like that, and we'll get you on live with me, and we can do something cool. So let me know, and in the meantime, y'all, stay safe, stay happy,